Welcome to the Husky Bamboo Podcast. It's a sci-fi podcast, meaning that it's about nothing in particular.
Welcome everybody to your newest episode of the Husky Bamboo. This is your said Husky Bamboo, Ariel. Hi. It's nice to see that you guys can see my face now, right? Yay. Let's dive in right away, shall we? Let's not go into any further stuff. So, stop me if you heard this one. Have you heard about the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith entanglement issue? Yeah, like no one has heard of that one yet. Yeah. So I just thought that I should give my 2 cents about it. Here's the thing. This is a weird way to start a podcast, right? So if you didn't know, like 2 or 3 people that didn't know, I'll just give you the skinny right now. You know that Jada has her show on Facebook, Red Table Talk. The fact that I know that its name is embarrassing and frightening and raises a lot more questions than answers. But let's continue ignoring that and let's just continue spitting out the facts. There were rumors about, this thing has been going on for years. The rumors about Jada and Will Smith ongoing open relationship that, that they seek other couples while they're married, is like they have this open marriage arrangement, whatnot. It's in the rumors and whatnot. And this past week was kind of a confirmation on that subject due to what we saw happen in that conversation between Jada and Will, where she basically admitted that she did have an affair. Although she didn't want to call it an affair, she called it an entanglement. Because when women do it, it's different. If we men do it, we're fucking pigs. Now, I'm not trying to defend Will or regroup whatever honor he has left or defend their relationship. The thing is, whatever happens between these two is between those two. And if they have an open relationship, that's their business. If they don't, and it's just all conversations that they want us to have, and I mean us, I mean the people, the lay people out there that are not living the extravagant life that they are, that's their business as well. The main thing is that they have decided to stay together, even opening this can of worms to everybody. The rest of the details you might already know, and quite frankly, I don't feel the need to share those stuff, that stuff, because again, that's their issue, that's their stuff, and if you don't like how they're living their lives with tough pity, I would recommend that you have a good look at your own life and decide what you like there. In the meantime, leave them alone and let them have their fun, which apparently they are having plenty of. Now, in terms of people defending or making memes out of Will Smith, I'm like, look, I don't know the man's life. I've never met the man, and I don't know anything about them other than that what you read in social media or what you want to call the tabloids. But I would make the fair assessment, and I would apologize in advance for my colorful use of language, that the man been slinging dick since, I don't know, late 80s. Just an educated guess. Since the late 80s, he's been probably slinging dick like there's no tomorrow. And I have very little suspicions that has stopped in the last few years. Because if allegedly they are having an open relationship, and Jada has just admitted of this recent entanglement, because that's a very beautiful word, I would imagine that what Will has done to her has been rectified, paid in full by 1,000. I'm imagining this man running a train on 20-something-year-old Latina girls and snorting coke up their crack of their behinds. The works, like a savage, because he's like, oh, so I think that's even his reward for just looking like a chump and turned himself into a meme. I think Jada just gave him, you know what, I made a fool out of you and whatnot. Take the weekend off and, just score whatever bitches you like in this weekend and fuck your way through the Bahamas. Fuck your way through the Bahamas. I mean, use protection. God forbid you bring some STD into the house, but have fun, Will. I'll just make fun of you. And I mean, the fact that we're even talking about this shit is hilarious. These people don't give a fuck what we think about them. I mean, they think about their personal image because they have an image to uphold in the sense that, money. They're in the money business. They're millionaires, for God's sake. But seeing people on social media bitching about like, oh, poor Will, or well, Jada is not entitled to have her side piece. That's like, really, we're talking about what two people are doing in their private life, and I could not give two drops of monkey piss about it. But here I am talking about it nonetheless, and I just collected more revenue for them. So Will and Jada, you're welcome. Let's go on to some more serious issues. I'm going to show my screen. By the way, this is being recorded. We have a video as well. You can catch us on YouTube. Here's a YouTube channel. Yes, we are on YouTube, and it is still a thing. If you're watching us on YouTube, I would ask you to please direct yourself to your screen and watch this. Let me lower this. Sorry. Yeah. Gunman. Let me see. Gunman kills son, wounds husband of federal judge. Suspect dead. Ooh, interesting. Let's continue to read. The suspect in a shooting at a home of a U.S. federal judge in New Jersey on Sunday evening has been found dead. The FBI said this Monday morning, today where we're recording. The judge's 20-year-old son was killed in the attack and her husband is in critical condition. The judge, Esther Salas, was in the basement at the time and was not hurt. Multiple law enforcement sources told CBS News that the suspect's 72-year-old attorney, Roy Den Hollander, died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound and was found in a car in upstate New York. The suspect came to the house wearing a FedEx uniform and a COVID-style mask, sources confirm. When investigators later found him, they discovered a package addressed to Salas in his car. Jesus Christ. Okay, Den Hollander had a history of pursuing what he called anti-feminist lawsuits. He had previously been an attorney in a case before Salas in which a female plaintiff argued that it was unconstitutional to prevent women from registering for the draft. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, if you are not aware of what I'm talking about and why I bring this case up, is because the judge in question, Esther Salas, is been assigned to investigate the money, where the money at with the Epstein case. And if that doesn't clear things up for you, I don't know what else does. This judge is in charge of investigating a very national broadcast issue with the Epstein issue, the guy that allegedly killed himself, and now his girlfriend is in custody and has been placed on suicide watch, and also cameras are now happen to be magically turning off. Now, I just find weird that they already found an alibi. Like, you read this comic, then you already find the alibi. Well, he has a history of anti-feminist lawsuits and whatnot. And he's going after this woman because allegedly he probably has a grudge against her and whatnot. If you believe that, I have a bridge to sell you. This is obviously some fabricated bullshit. This is obviously, I mean, I'm not big on conspiracy theories. Believe me, I don't have an opinion on lizard people, the Rothschilds, the Illuminati, and what all the other bullshit that you might believe in and whatnot. I'm not a flat earther by a long shot. I don't like Trump. Let's just leave it there. But I also don't kiss ass of Democrats or Republicans. I think the system is rigged and everybody is basically full of shit. Anything that's in power. So when I see this, that conveniently this woman's family is being targeted and she's being left alive, for me that sounds like message. Hey bitch, do as you're told. Don't fuck around with this case no more. Don't be fucking around with us, or we just got close to your family. Imagine what we'll do to you. So that's my interpretation of it. If you don't want to believe it, that's you. That's fine. Do what as you wish. And yeah. I mean, I can't force you to believe what you don't want to believe. So there. I just find that very convenient that while all this shit is going on, that happened. Yeah, okay, let's kill that. While she's doing an investigation of one case that might probably open the door wide open for pedophiles all around the world and people that are probably in power or have been in power. You know, something to think about. You know, and also, just to reiterate, in case you didn't know, Epstein had a painting of Bill Clinton wearing a fucking dress, wearing ruby shoes like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz in his house in the island where they were fucking kids. So take that with a grain of salt. I apologize for that little audio issue there. So yeah. Also, something that caught my attention while I was looking on the internet today. I saw an article from Loudwire, and, you know, not to accuse Loudwire of anything. God knows that in terms of metal, these are slow news days, and you got to get what you get. And right now, the only thing that's moving the needle in the metal department is this whole Chris Jericho, Sebastian Bach ordeal. If you don't know what that is about, I would recommend you to, you know, just do a little Google search and have a good laugh on me and good laugh on them. I don't know what to think about that. Obviously, they are very hurt. Their feelings are very hurt. But nonetheless, checking the Loudwire, I saw this news that I was like, ooh, oh my God, interesting. I saw Tony Iommi kicked Madonna out of a Black Sabbath reunion rehearsal. And I was like, oh, so like in 96 when they had the reunion, like the original lineup, you know, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Bill Ward, Ozzy. No, it turns out it was for the short-lived reunion they had in Live Aid 10 years prior. And I'm like, okay. So Madonna was just starting out in her peak back then. And it probably was, you know, like Madonna back then was actually cool. Madonna from like 96. Madonna now, the less said is better. And if you saw my face, that pretty much said it all. So, but still, kudos to Tony Iommi kicking out people that should not be nosing their business in the fraternity that is metal, especially people that I have no business to do with metal. So, my salute to Tony Iommi. Anyway, quick change of subject now into a little bit more serious issues, like we were talking earlier. We here in Dominican Republic, where I am, are going now to a new phase of emergency state to give you the skinny on what is going on. Back, state of the world, everything that's going on. Everything that's going on right now, as you can see, COVID is everywhere. COVID is running rampant, and we were in lockdown like everybody else in the world. But then, just a couple of weeks ago, or I should say, like almost over a month ago. Yeah, over a month ago. They started to release the country and letting us do what we need to do and whatnot. And, businesses were starting to open up again in normal business hours. They just recommended to people to, observe social distancing and whatnot, but there were no prohibitions, nothing. And businesses were starting to open up. I'm talking about here in the Dominican Republic, not talking about anything stateside. Then, a funny thing happened. Last week, people in their majority entered what I would only describe as a bestial state, because they started to congregate in groups, not observing social distancing, not wearing any mask, and guess what happened? COVID went to the fucking roof. I'm smiling for those of you who are listening, not watching the video. I'm smiling because guess what happened? This past week, the president that is now leaving because he lost the election, and there's a new president that was elected at the beginning of the month. But the leaving president, the departing president, is requested 45 days of emergency state with curfews. All the businesses that were open are now going to suffer. Hospital beds and clinics are filled to the brim. There is no more capacity to take people in almost the entire half an island. All because a group of people decided that it's best to hang out with people and throw caution to the wind and be fucking dicks. So thank you, idiots. Thank you, motherfucking idiots, for being dicks, for not observing social distancing, for not taking care of yourselves and wearing masks, and for spreading the fucking disease up the yin-yang and fucking up all of our healths, and not only our healths, but our economy as well. So thank you, fucking idiots. I wish that you can go fuck yourselves and shove a fucking uranium dildo up your asses and let Mother Nature take care of the rest. Okay? Okay, good. Next issue. I needed to get that one off my chest. I really did. I mean, I just can't stand stupidity. I really can't. And when things are like so fucking obvious, I just go ballistic. I go apeshit. Another issue, just going back into the Hollywood thing here. Another issue that has been going on, lately in Hollywood, and this is very calls my attention because it's a very high profile case that's been going on for a while. And it's a case that calls my attention because a person was canceled out of a job due to a fucking bitch lying. And I apologize for the language. I have no other adjectives to give this bitch. What I'm talking about? Well, I'm talking about Amber Heard tells court she feared Johnny Depp would kill her. This is the bitch's last attempt to bury Johnny Depp. because in case you didn't know what's going on, or you have been hiding under a rock, Johnny Depp and bitch Amber Heard have been are going through a separation, a divorce, and at first she presented evidence, quote unquote, stating that he was an abusive husband, that he beat the shit out of her, produced pictures of her with black eyes, bruised, and whatnot. And she's been showing, provided audios of him talking smack to her and whatnot. And at the beginning, I was like, well, if he's a piece of shit, then fuck him. Because obviously, I don't want a man beating the shit out of a woman. Then, Johnny, through his lawyers, had a rebuttal in which he provided evidence that, in fact, it was her who was beating the shit out of him. And he just tried to defend himself to the point that the bitch sliced off a piece of his finger. Now, the reason why I keep calling this excuse of a human being bitch is because it has come out to the attention in the past few weeks that both Johnny Depp's former exes, which I will not go into their names, but you know who they are, the famous women. Winona Ryder, yes, is one of them, came out to his defense. And not only that, Amber Heard's maid came to Johnny Depp's defense, stating that this bitch is orchestrating everything. And the other two women that were in Johnny's life saying, I can't speak for what she's saying, but my experiences with this man has been different. Now, if you don't see something fishy here, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But I believe that Johnny Depp is getting played by this whore. And I apologize if I'm using too much of a graphic language to describe this woman, but if it smells like shit, it probably is shit. So, in my opinion, she is shit. So yeah, there you go. I got that one out of my system as well. Now, let's talk about something more jovial. Pro wrestling. Like everybody gives a damn about pro wrestling, right? We all care about wrestling. You love wrestling. I love wrestling. We all love wrestling. Yay! This past weekend was an eventful weekend for wrestling fans all over the world because we had two pay-per-views running from two different companies. One was from Impact Wrestling, formerly known as TNA Wrestling, and WWE. We had from Impact Wrestling, we had Slammiversary, which earned a distinctive credit that it snatched a bunch of talent that were purged out of WWE from Black Wednesday from a few months ago, and now are seemingly under the payroll of TNA, or Impact Wrestling rather. Some of the names that appeared are Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, the Good Brothers, formerly of the Club in WWE with AJ Styles. Let me see, Eric Young, Heath Slater, although I think he's going by shoot name. I don't know his real last name because I'm indoctrinated in WWE. And also EC3 made his appearance. Eddie Edwards captured the Impact Championship. And the Motor City Machine Guns came back also as well. So a lot of developments and a very well-booked pay-per-view. So kudos to Impact for gaining more momentum and giving more options to the wrestling community out there, because Jesus Christ, we need it. Because then the next day came the clusterfuck known as WWE Extreme Rules. And to say that was a horror show is an understatement. To state that that was a piece of shit is an understatement. I don't know who the fuck booked that shit, but it was horrible. I will not even run it down. We saw the removal of an eye of Rey Mysterio by CrossFit Jesus. That was his old name. And then he kind of took that literally and then turned into the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, Mr. the Man, Mr. Becky Lynch himself, the man with the golden nut. Because he impregnated the man. So the man with the golden nut. My shalom, l'chaim on that end. Seth Rollins. So yeah, that was just one of the shit. And then the shit fest that was Asuka versus Sasha Banks. Not the match itself. The match was good. The ending, like, really? Green mist to the ref. And then have Bayley take off the ref's jersey, count 1, 2, 3, and then they escape with the belts. Because logic needs to be crucified on a monthly basis or a daily basis in WWE storytelling. I mean, pretty much, I guess that right now, the thing that's keeping the WWE network is alive is the WWE decides to do every once in a while a new episode of The Last Ride for The Undertaker. I think that's pretty much right now what's keeping the network alive. So keep producing that because your wrestling product sucks. It fucking sucks. Like, I don't know how Vince and company turn profit making chicken shit wrestling. It fucking sucks. And it's been sucking a while. I don't remember the last time I watched a full episode of Raw. I tried to last week. I tried to last Monday to watch a full episode of Raw. I could only digest 5 minutes of it. And then I just threw in the fucking towel and left. Because it sucks. It absolutely sucks. It is horrendous booking. Horrendous storytelling. And it's a fucking shame because they have one of the best rosters in the world. They have some of the best wrestlers in the world. They have people that actually know how to perform the craft. And under a better direction, a better creative, they would be killing it right now. They would be gangbusters. They'll be fucking on top. But no, I think that, in my opinion, and I don't know dick about running a wrestling company. I don't know dick about running a company, period. I don't know nothing. I'm just a fucking fan that's been watching wrestling since I was 5. That's all. That's all my criteria expertise. So take my opinion for what it's worth. It probably is worth dick. It's probably worth nothing. I'm just a fan. But as a fan, I'm disgusted. As a fan, I can't fucking take the product anymore. There's no reason for me to keep a network for $9.99 when I'm just getting bombarded with shit. Back then, the only reason I kept the network was for NXT because that's the actually only good thing that WWE produces in terms of wrestling. And I think they still do. There's a reason why there's an up and down battle with AEW every Wednesday, because both products appeal to what the people want. Now, my personal opinion is that please have Triple H run everything that has to do with booking, and have Triple H have a team there to manage Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, and let Vince handle the business side of things, because obviously if he knows how to turn a profit while we're in the middle of a pandemic, while the United States is in practically economical shutdown, he's a fucking wizard. Keep him running the business side of things. Praise Vince and have him keep running shit. But in terms of booking and actually running a show, leave him the fuck out. Him and Kevin Dunn can go eat a dick in that department. Get them the fuck out of there and let Triple H handle his shit, because he is doing good things in NXT. His bookings have been on point. Very little questionable things that is happening over there. I like what's going on there. I like how he books things. And it's actually the best wrestling product WWE produces. The best. It's 20 times better. A trillion times better than Raw. A trillion times better than SmackDown. Which is a shame, because both rosters, Raw and SmackDown, have great wrestlers in it. Both male and female. They have good people working there. They are just giving shit on a week in, week out basis. Now, before you label me an AEW mark, I would like to reiterate. I'm stupid. I would like to say this. AEW is far from perfect. There are a lot of things that I don't like the obsessive abuse of Canadian destroyers. It's like, it's the new super kick. It's been the new super kick for a while, and now their whole point is now like, how are we gonna get the Canadian destroyer now out of where? It's like the Canadian destroyer out of nowhere now. It's like the new RKO, only that everybody fucking performs this shit. It's fucking annoying to the point. And Tope Suicidas, it's practically like, I have friends that we talk about that we should do like a drinking game. How many Tope Suicidas and Canadian destroyers? We'd be fucking dead by the end of the show. After Dynamite, we'd be fucking dead. Like, how many super kicks? How many Canadian destroyers? How many Tope Suicidas? I'd be fucking dead. Fucking dead. With the level of alcohol in my system, Jesus Christ. So, WWE, Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn, you don't give a shit about my opinion. Actually, pretty much nobody does. But if I may plead with you, good sirs, please stop fucking up a good product. You have an advantage over every single wrestling company in the world, but you have decided against I don't know what to turn your product into shit. And I question it. I fucking question it, and I don't see the reason why you do this. Okay, so stop turning the product into shit. Pretty please, with sugar on top. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please. Okay? Thank you. Okay. Got that out of my system. So if you guys are still in tune and still watching this video, I would like to ask you guys to please go to my t-shirt store in tpublic.com. I'll have the links in the descriptions of both the audio and video podcasts. Here's just to show you here some of the designs that we have. Ooh, ah, e, ah, oh, you know, all the vowels. So, so there you go. If you're watching the video on YouTube, there's some of the designs right there. They ship worldwide. Every once in a month, they give a special out. I'll try to keep you guys updated on my social media. Like, where's my social media? Where's your social media, Ariel? Well, if you must know, here's my Instagram. When it decides to open, there it is. That Ariel Duran. Here you go. So yeah, that's my social media. That Ariel Duran and my Instagram. And let me show you the one for the podcast. Here we go. It's opening. Don't worry. There you go. This is the Instagram for the podcast. At the Husky Barbu, and we also have on Twitter at the _Husky _Barbu, because someone stole the actual at that I have for Instagram and they stole it on Twitter. So here are some of the posts we've made under the Husky Barbu Instagram post thingy that we have here. So those are some of my drawings. If you're seeing there, I got more stuff here in terms of drawings. It's my DeviantArt page. where you can see all my, as I like to call them, garabatos. Garabatos are doodles in Spanish. Oh, and by the way, this past week I just had my 42nd birthday. So, happy birthday to me. For no reason whatsoever. Anyway, that's that. That's that. This has been Ariel from the Husky Bible, and I wish you guys have a great week. We're gonna do these now, I guess, Mondays or Tuesdays, whatever is convenient. And also, just to FYI, I did try to record this last night, a Sunday, but it was horrible. It was, yes, even worse than this. Even worse than this. Believe me. Like, this is an improvement compared to last week's, last night's actually. This is actually a fucking improvement. Last night was horrendous, horrible. It was a piece of shit. So I saved you from that, and I have given you this. You're welcome. So again, Ariel Duran from the Husky Bible, and I wish you all have a great week. Take care, and we'll see each other or hear each other next week. Bye, guys.